Thank you for picking me up, Eric.
I had nothing better to do.
Bill Clinton broke my heart, and now you did too.
This video is 18 months old, but I still can't believe that it's real. It's Rosie O'Donnell, seconds before fleeing the United States of America, telling the entire world that she has herpes on her face. I should have done a trigger warning there. And she points to it. She blames Donald Trump for it. You can see she's also going bald. And she says she's going to flee the country as open wounds persist on her face.
The sun. Now, I did sit in the sun yesterday. Well, hey, everybody, it's Friday all day, as my Nana would say. And look what I have on my lip. Everybody's been saying, you have herpes all this time, and I never had a cold sore in my life. And now I have a cold sore.
Please, for the love of God, Ireland, take her. And they did, and she moved to Ireland. And she swore she will never, ever come back. And this is, of course, what Rosie O'Donnell looks like in exile abroad. Trump says that Ireland can keep her. We agree. Rosie O'Donnell has discovered filters. It's like, yes! Well, yeah, okay, but like, maybe for the good of the internet, this is smart. Like we don't want to see your herpes any longer, but we do know what the actual Rosie O'Donnell looks like. You're not fooling anyone, right? From here to here. But anyway, Rosie O'Donnell is on social media complaining again and raging about Eric Swalwell while she's wearing a Christmas sweater. Let's have a listen.
About him. And when you're there, like, you can't help but feel it. Now, can we talk a little bit about Eric Swalwell? I know that guy in the what kind of way? Like, spoke to him on the phone a couple
Donated
times.
to him. You donated
Donated money to him, I believe.
Okay.
Talked about him in some public appearances years ago about how I believed in him and his cute little family and 2 kids and standing up to all those people when he, berates them for their moralist behavior. And then all this comes out about him. It's heartbreaking to me.
Oh.
And I wrote him. a little message and I said, Bill Clinton broke my heart and now you did too. The conclusion I've come to, men suck.
Okay. Here's Rosie O'Donnell's political campaign donations. And you can see that she's donated to the Democrat Congressional Campaign Committee. And you can, she's she's maxing out, right, to these committees. That would be Eric Swalwell would be a beneficiary of that. Your Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, $27,000. I mean, that's a pretty big chunk of change, right? Sexual misconduct allegations against Al Franken. Look how many times she donated to Al Franken a ton. She had a great time with Al Franken. Did any woman really have a great time with Al Franken? So she sure can pick them. Bill Clinton, Al Franken, he had to resign because he was a sex pest as well. Creep. Rosie O'Donnell speaks out about her passport for Eric Swalwell. It's heartbreaking. In case you thought Rosie was in any way intelligent or a good judge of character. Rosie, with the big time filters now, LOL. That's what I'm saying. Rosie O'Donnell finally figures out how to use filters. She's got all the filters on any chance. The problem is more about the men you choose to support. Could it be you? Could you be the problem? Rosie O'Donnell is sneaking back into America after promising never to return. It's happening under President Trump. Rosie O'Donnell returns to the U.S. for a second time after vowing not to come back while Trump is in office. Oh, no. She keeps sneaking in. Is she selling her Irish mansion? Let's go ahead and read. Rosie O'Donnell reveals that she has returned to the United States for a second time after vowing she would not come back while Trump is in office. Total BS. I came home to meet my grandson going back after this weekend, says Rosie O'Donnell. Rosie O'Donnell is selling her Irish mansion and returning to the U.S., declaring America needs her now more than ever. And she's going back. She had to go to see her grandson. The former View host revealed that she came back to the States, welcomed birth of her grandson. Breitbart News reported O'Donnell constantly rails against Trump. O'Donnell went to admit that she still considers the United States her home before dramatically suggesting that she had to visit the U.S. alone first in order to see if it was safe Notably, the comedian fled the U.S. to move to Ireland. Teenage daughter, now President Trump inaugurated, gentleman, President Trump, with the all-timer here asking the Irish Prime Minister if he'll keep Rosie.
Why in the world would you let Rosie O'Donnell move to Ireland? I think she's going to lower your happiness level.
That's true. Thank you. I like that question.
You know, yeah, Rosie O'Donnell?
Do you know who she is? Do you know who she is? Yeah.
I'm joking.
You better off not. You better off not knowing.
President Trump, it's okay.
All right. Good old fashioned Rosie roast from Donald Trump.
Rosie O'Donnell's disgusting. I mean, both inside and out. You take a look at her; she's a slob. She talks like a truck driver. Rosie attacked me personally because I was very happy when her talk show failed. The other thing that failed, and this was a real monster, and everybody was suing her, was her magazine. Her magazine called Rosie was a total disaster. So I loved it. I gloat over it. I think it's wonderful because I like to see bad people fail. Rosie failed. I'm happy about it. She's basically a disaster. Well, she called me a snake oil salesman. And, coming from Rosie, that's pretty low because when you look at her and when you see the mind is weak. I don't see it. I don't get it. I never understood. How does she even get on television? I believe Barbara made a terrible mistake putting her on, and I think Barbara's probably paying a big price. If I were running The View, I'd fire Rosie. I mean, I'd look her right in that fat, ugly face of hers. I'd say, Rosie, you're fired. We're all a little chubby, but Rosie's just worse than most of us. But it's not the chubbiness. Rosie is a very unattractive person, both inside and out. Rosie's a person that's very lucky to have her girlfriend. And she better be careful or I'll send one of my friends over to pick up her girlfriend. Why would she stay with Rosie if she had another choice?
That is the... That's the single greatest roast. And Trump just kind of does it off the top of his head. It's the greatest roast in human history. Here's Rosie with her herpes again. Chris Cuomo trying to hold it together. They're all fleeing. I don't like this trend of them coming back. There's dozens of them that have left the United States of America. Lib actors and actresses. They're cringe. We don't want them. Dylan Mulvaney promising to leave America forever. Parting is such sweet sorrow. It's not, actually. It's not sorrowful at all. We don't want you. Stay away. It's boy Benny. My friends are friends.